The storm is coming.
The Imperial throne lies empty.
The scent of war swirls in the air. Evil awakens.
A long-vanished foe stirs. Those who would destroy Tamriel seek out dangers to their dark plot. It is the 582nd year of the Second Era. The drums of war are sounding.
This is where our journey begins.
Back in the saddle. See? Father acts like I'm a burden to be locked away and dealt with later. Not an adult who has some capacity to help. He probably told you to see if I was in my room, didn't he? Oh. Well, that means he can't yell at you if he catches me out here. What did he ask you to do? I was hoping Father needed us to battle the Hadalids. Recovering bandages and poultices is just as important, right? Oh, maybe there'll be resonance crystals. I haven't sung into one of those for a while. Finally, I get to help someone. The trail the caravans use is just up ahead. Maybe we'll be able to see where they are from there. Resonance crystals? The caravan? Where is everyone? Giselle! Derek! No. They're gone. Dead. How could this happen? It was so close to the mine. What attacked them? It looks like a beast tore them apart. But which one? Could it be the Hadalids? It couldn't have been the prisoner gangs. They left a lot of supplies behind. Is this what adventuring is like? Seeing the people you grew up with? Like this? I'm not going to leave without singing a song to honor my friends. These crystals will project my voice to the other carts. Would you check for the supplies while I sing? I see the other carts to the left. I hope this song brings your spirits peace. Oh, good. You have the supplies. I'm nearly done. Ah! Look! On the ridge! There! Monsters! Hadolids! There was blood on their claws. Were they coming to kill me? Resonance crystals. The prisoners carry them to amplify the mind's sounds and help warn them of any collapses. But I use them to make my songs louder too. Did the glow scare the Hadolids off? No. It was the music. I think so. Or it calmed them enough that they left peacefully? Pucks! I never finished the song! I'll have to start from the beginning now. I'll find more resonance crystals. Their power and my song will keep me safe, and I'm going to honor my friends, monsters or not. You should go back to the camp. Tell Father what happened here. I'll catch up to you once the song's done. Here we go.
We've had our differences, but when have you ever known me to be wrong? A few more levels. push those rifts or be overwhelmed!
Where? There's nothing!
This is where I left it. Give me a moment. You'll see.
The Elder Scroll!
It's not ready! Don't touch it!
The scroll is mine! Kill them all!
As you wish. Wrong about Clivia. Go. Find the Empress Regent. Hydra are coming! Good work! Onward! Stay calm. Everything you see is just your mind trying to make sense of merging realities. Well for you, Your Majesty. Leave the scroll. Stop this.
You underestimate me, wretch.
I will burn your very souls! How much can you endure? How would you like the portal? Let me take you! The content won't stop me!
After her. The time has come. You must face her before she slays us all. Before opening this portal, the scroll said I'd be skewered if... Never mind. I'll take this. Follow me!
Call for a night.
They attacked your father.
The Hadalids attacked. What happened?
The Overseer. He was forced into the mine during the attack.
They dragged him into the mine? No time to lose, friend.
We drove the Hadalids back into the mine with everything we had. Swords, fists, rocks. The prisoners even used their pickaxes. But the Hadalids, their claws are just so sharp. I'll survive. Not everyone was so lucky. We'll be digging graves tomorrow. Hopefully not for the Overseer, or his daughter. Please, follow her. I can't do much to help against the Hadalids now.
My trusty adventurer friend. I felt rather foolish the moment I ran in here without you. From what Enoch told me, it sounded like the attack just happened. Maybe if I'd been faster at the caravan, we could have rescued Father. No, I don't have your experience, but I am not going to twiddle my thumbs while Father's fate is decided. And if you don't think I can do this, I'll prove myself to both you and Father. I explored the tunnels a lot when I was younger. At night, of course. I didn't want to be caught. Unless they dug new tunnels, I'll know where we are. Did you hear that? It sounded like it was coming from in here. Yvel! Stendar, blind me. What happened?
Marilyn? You can't be in... The Hadalids. They're coming back for us.
Yvel, you're in no state to fight. Adventurer, we need a plan. Yvel and the others are too hurt to fend off the Hadalids outside. I took some resonance crystals from the caravan. They should amplify my calming song. Do you still have the medical supplies? Good. Tend to them as best you can. I'll see if the song works on the Hadalids. I think I know what happened before and how to recreate it. I won't go far. If the Hadalids keep coming, I'll run to you and we'll make our stand. It'll be the two of us against all of them. No pressure, right? I'll keep the Hadalids at bay. Patch up Yvel and the others.
Thank you. It's already starting to ease my pain.
Thank you. I'm sure that'll feel better in a few days' time.
Shujat did not like the taste of that. Blue Shujat never likes potions.
If any more monsters throw rocks at me, I'll be ready for them.
The Hatalids are leaving.
Marilyn? That song! The Hatalids aren't trying to get in anymore?
It worked. Friend, check in with Yvel. I need to catch my breath.
Where did Marilyn learn to do something like that? That was completely different from when she would conjure butterflies in the gardens. Thanks to you both, we won't die in here. Ithúriel and I know what we're doing. And that prisoner over there, Bellaton, is spoiling for a fight. We'll be fine. Besides, if you two made it here, then I'm sure the way back outside is safe enough. We'll go there and reinforce the camp. I didn't see him, no, but we heard those monsters screaming in pain. Couldn't make sense of it until now. The Overseer has a reputation for being fearsome in battle. The sounds disappeared deeper into the mine.
Father can't be far. Let's go. That's Father's dagger. He came this way. Of Father's cloak. We're definitely on the right path. A cane? He was one of Father's personal guards. We need to find Father, quickly.
Stay back. Don't let me be.
That's Father's voice! Father! Are you hurt? Where are the Hatalids?
Marilyn? You're supposed to be safely outside. Adventurer, come here.
I am safe, and you'd better be thanking my friend for seeing to that.
I spent my entire life keeping Marilyn out of harm's way. Did it matter? No. Here she is, deep within a mine, filled with horrible creatures who've already killed my best sentries. This is a disaster. How did you manage to find me? Marilyn saw all of that and she's still in here? No. Why am I surprised? Of course she'd stay. I held off those foul beasts as long as I could. Do whatever you can to get them out of my mine. They must have some reason to remain here. Kill them! Poison the tunnels, I don't care. I am leaving, and I'm taking my daughter and all my sentries with me. It's far too dangerous here. Marilyn still thinks the prisoners here are her friends. She never fully understood the dangers of Amanos, and I wouldn't be a good father if I left her to discover it now. Don't leave these tunnels until they're safe.
Oh, friend, I have an idea. Here, take the resonance crystals. These are the ones I took from the caravan site. They are the key to everything. I can calm the Hatalids with my magic. With the resonance crystals amplifying the song, we can get more of the Hatalids to stop attacking us. But I think I can get them to do something else, too. My plan? I'm going to change the nature of the spell. Make it so the Hatalids aren't just calmer, but they don't want to be in the mine at all. I'm sure I can convince some of them to leave. I'm a Thama vocalist, remember? My music casts magic. If I can change my lyrics, I can get the spell to change too. We'd need to place a lot of resonance crystals. I know just the spots. And we'll need to find the entrance the Hatalids use. Father, we're going in to deal with the Hadalids.
Leave the Hadalids in the hands of a capable adventurer. You're staying with me.
I won't let my friend face the Hadalids alone.
Young lady, you will listen to your father.
I fared better against the Hadalids than you or anyone else. I'm going deeper into the mine. You can make it out on your own.
Any battle we can walk away from, eh?
We're near the shore now. Maybe tunneling here angered the Hadalids. The entryway has to be close. These crystals have to work. The Hadalids can't stay here.
Shining steel! That was it, right? Sometimes it's hard to tell.
Get back, fiends. Did the Hadalids attack because of the noise? Mines are loud places. Water. This tunnel must be the deepest one. Look for some loose dirt to place the crystals. These crystals are set. Let's look for the entryway. Maybe it's upstairs. Up there! They have to be coming from those holes. Let me get a better view. Yes! Alright, place the crystals. I'll start the song. I'm with you, my friend.
Hekekano, Chlidenan Koni, Rumihal, Pendanya, Pelagahi, Rumi Santani, Hekakano, Irinaka, Ruminen, Hekekano, Chlidenan.
Will be waiting for us at the camp. Use that door down there. That'll take you outside. Let's go. For Stendar!
You proved more capable than I thought. Your mother was right in sending for you.
I'm capable? Does this mean you'll let me go on adventures?
Ah, adventurer. Come over here, if you please. Thank you. Marilyn told me some of what occurred with the Hadalits. I'd like to believe it was all your doing, but maybe it's time for me to reconsider my approach to our discussions. Her magic has its uses. If my wife was successful in her negotiations with House Mornard, she'll return with enough sentries to replace the ones we lost. With the Hadalids calmer due to Marilyn's song, my sentries will be able to fight them off in due course. If they do, we'll be ready for them. I'll come up with a strategy to further deal with the infestation tonight and speak with the sentries. No one will be caught unaware again. That's my job. Marilyn is excited to talk to you. I suggest you say your farewells before you head back out to your, adventuring.
We did it! Once the prisoners and sentries recover, they'll be able to return to work, without having to worry about being attacked, too. My plan worked! Or it looks like it's working. You believed in me even though I know I wasn't entirely prepared for this adventure. At least I wasn't when we set off. Thank you. Take this. It's from my father and I. We did it! I did it! I always knew I could use my magic to help people, but now we proved it! I can be an adventurer! The future? It's what I want to do now. Look at all the good we did here. We saved the mine! Somewhere where no one knows who I am or who my father is. When I leave, I don't want to feel like I'm still proving myself to him. I'll be an adventurer in my own right. Maybe Kefram. Or Somerset. Ships sail to those shores all the time. I hope it doesn't come to that. We'll talk, work through our disagreements, but if he goes back to being a stubborn mule, then I'll have no choice but to leave anyway. The world needs my skills. I'm not going to be content here.
Another fight? Well, if you insist. Oh. Walker, is that you? What are you doing here? Are you a prisoner? No matter. Just seeing you makes me feel 100 times better. Sachi's alive! That's good to know. Now I can kill him for getting us wrecked as soon as I see him. Well, when the storm hit, it was all I could do to hang on to some wreckage and make it to this beach. We're on Emnos, right? The Alliance leaders, right. I keep meaning to try to find Queen Irene, but every time I get started, more of those prison mongrels rush out of the jungle and attack me. I love a good fight as much as the next sailor, but I'm exhausted. Sure, 2 noses are better than 1. If we can pick up Queen Irene's scent, I can track her. That's sort of my specialty. The nose knows, as the kittens say. Stay close and follow me. Let's look around. If I catch a familiar scent, I can follow it. Peace conference. Is that what this is all about? Zaji received orders from the Crown, probably because of our reputation as dragon slayers. And smugglers, we're good at that too. Chisbari, Sidura, and the rest stayed behind in Central because of the secrecy. They gave us royal agents to crew the Pounce. I'm not sure there are any other survivors to find. I didn't see anyone else make it to shore. What have we got here? Someone used this shelter recently. Their scent is fresh. Familiar. This way. Give me a moment. The remains of a fire. There are tracks here. This way. Let me take a sniff. Ah.
Be careful. The gate's been open for some time. The forest is probably crawling with Daedra.
Truly wants to impress us. He should not cheat.
What did they do to you?
Never mind that. How about you try not getting yourself killed? The Vulcan and his pet Titan. We're going to slay them before they do the same to us. Daedra, the fighting over your friends' souls. If we're lucky, they'll keep us up.
Like that bothers you. We have to help them.
Svenganian's new friends aren't as meek as you lot. And you call yourselves undaunted.
Quiet, you. What do you think? It's been months. Are you all right?
Fine. I got used to it.
Got used to what? What did you do? How do you survive?
I went native. Keep up.
I'll try.
This is the end of the line. Falcon Scoria wants you dead. Arise! We have visitors! Show our visitors how bright a new day can burn. This indignity ends here.
I have been breathing plenty. I am ready to fight.
You should wait a minute. It is not...
You don't have to come down here for me to hurt you.
No! Venganian! Tear his heart out! I'll tend to my husband.
Ah!
What new tale will we tell?
What have we got here? There was a fight here. What's that? On the ground. That medallion has the Queen's scent all over it. There! I have her trail. Follow me. The Queen is in danger.
This jungle is dangerous, Casper. Even your friend shouldn't be running trapped. Ithúriel, bless my crown, but it's good to see you, my friend. Don't tell me you got washed onto this oblivion-cursed rock, too. You have my apologies, old friend. I must smell like a 3-day dead gua right now. Ah, Lady Arabelle. I knew she wouldn't leave us to rot in this jungle. But she only sent you. Not an army or a chivalry of knights. No matter. I welcome the company. Trouncing these green serpent bastards is amusing, but I'm starting to grow weary. Ah, yes. We were together for a time, but we argued and he rushed off in a huff. I believe I know where to find him after we make some preparations for our rescue. You can signal a ship, but I can help calm the storm that hugs the coast. Never heard about my time with the Sea Elf pirates? They taught me some weather magic. Could you get what I need for the ritual? A claw from a volcanic beast, a feather, and the bones of a drowned sailor. Sadly, these beaches are thick with those. Gather the claw, a feather, and the bones, and I'll make sure the rescue ship can reach the shore safely. While you're gone, I want to take a look at Casca's wounds. She won't admit it, but I can see that she's hurt pretty badly. It was a well-planned and dastardly attack. I could sense the magical nature of the summoned storm, and none of my own arcane protections functioned. They blocked them, somehow. If the storm hadn't raged out of control, I'd be dead now. Of course. I'm not an archmage, but I know my way around a spell or two. They must have had agents aboard as well, because I sensed a pulse of magicka before the storm hit. Whatever it was, the bastards rendered every enchanted item we had useless. Absolutely. Tamriel is changing, and her leaders must adapt. The situation in Cyrodiil right now, I can't see a way forward. Perhaps these talks represent a solution. I'm always in favor of people sitting down to have an earnest conversation. Casca, you've been
Queen
injured.
Irene seems like
Let
the
me
kind
tend
of
to your
person I'd like
wounds.
to get an ale with.
Casper will be all right. And you have the items? Well done. While portals to and from Aminos are prohibited, I can teleport within the confines of the island. It just takes more effort. Interesting. Thank you for procuring these items. With them, I can clear the storm when we're ready to depart. Oh, very well, if you insist. You may not believe this, but Emmerich and I do not always see eye to eye. He's as stubborn as his throne is uncomfortable. Why the Bretons insist their king must suffer every time he sits down, I'll never understand. Here, I'll mark your map. It was just north of here. I wonder how excited you'll be when the eagle and the lion are back together again. We tend to argue. A lot. I'll catch up after I prepare the items you brought me for the ritual. Have no fear, I'll be along shortly. I just need to... Never mind, it's complicated. Magicka. Don't worry, I've got this. Go find Emmerich. It was a well-planned and dastardly attack. I could sense the magical nature of the summoned storm, and none of my own arcane protections functioned. They blocked them somehow. If the storm hadn't raged out of control, I'd be dead now. Of course. I'm not an archmage, but I know my way around a spell or two. They must have had agents aboard as well, because I sensed a pulse of magicka before the storm hit. Whatever it was, the bastards rendered every enchanted item we had useless. Absolutely. Tamriel is changing and her leaders must adapt. The situation in Cyrodiil right now, I can't see a way forward. Perhaps these talks represent a solution. I'm always in favor of people sitting down to have an earnest conversation. I'll be fine, I just need a moment. Sea elf magics are always so particular. This little beauty will help us immensely, you'll see. This is the spot, but no Emmerich. That man is infuriating. This complicates the situation. Let's talk. Emmerich isn't here, but he left behind a number of green serpents. For a man of his advanced years, he can still swing a powerful sword. It was a well-planned and dastardly attack. I could sense the magical nature of the summoned storm, and none of my own arcane protections functioned. They blocked them somehow. If the storm hadn't raged out of control, I'd be dead now. Of course. I'm not an archmage, but I know my way around a spell or two. They must have had agents aboard as well, because I sensed a pulse of magicka before the storm hit. Whatever it was, the bastards rendered every enchanted item we had useless. Absolutely. Tamriel is changing and her leaders must adapt. The situation in Cyrodiil right now, I can't see a way forward. Perhaps these talks represent a solution. I'm always in favor of people sitting down to have an earnest conversation. Emmerich isn't here, but he left behind a number of green serpents. Emmerich is nothing if not reliable. I'll be along shortly. Don't worry about me. If I could survive the...
I can't wait to explore this place. I know, I'm strange.
You there! I'm begging you. There was a shipwreck. The others need help. Our ship was attacked by coral, I think. It just grew out of the waves, and I don't know what happened to the other sentry, Veslin, or the sea elf prisoners we were transporting. I woke up alone on the beach. The sailors and other jailers call that place the Coral Cliffs. I won't survive the trip inside, but you're an adventurer. You're my only hope of getting the survivors out. Another House Bernard ship expects us. Our prisoner exchange is overdue. I counted the footprints. Enough for each of the prisoners and Veslin. She's with them, mark my words. I just hope they're all right. Get Veslin and those ne'er-do-wells out of the Coral Cliffs. House Bernard will see that you're compensated. The Coral Cliffs aren't an area anyone wants to be lost in. Strange noises thereabouts. It makes me shudder. You find my fellow sentry and those prisoners of ours. Get them out of there safely. I need to rest my hurts before we move on from here. North, House Bernard has a larger ship waiting for them. We were tasked with taking the prisoners to the ship from Aminos Station. Their captain gave Gold and her word that she wouldn't attack Bernard's ship in return for her crew's safe return. It sprouted from the waves like some curse from nature. Dozens of faces lost beneath the waves, prisoner and sentry alike. The lieutenant said the sea elves might act up, captain's bargain or no, but I have never seen one of them magic coral. This lot seemed congenial enough for pirates. Their captain paid well for their safe return, but taking a sea elf away from land? No, I can't believe they did this. Powerful sea elves make weather trouble. Not what we got. Not the coral. Piracy may be the work of scum, but it pays well. This lot was lucky to be caught. Most pirates go down with their ship. I suppose House Dufort felt charitable when their patrol ship captured this bunch. Our ship held 15 and 10 sentries to keep watch over them. I only saw 6 prisoners and Veslin flee the ship before it was too late. I was the last to make it off before it went under. No, not as such. Though there's one who's friendly with all the others. Kyrysnia. She got along with everyone and even thanked me a few times for their upkeep. Didn't think anything of the chatter before.
Stay back. You're not one of those slimy druids. Who are you? I've got to get out of here. Why didn't I just drown in that shipwreck? They turned them into coral. Sunagil. Those Elder-Tide bastards turned him into this glow. Then they fed the glow to the coral. They said that the archipelago belongs to nature. That they were carving a balance between the natural world and greedy mortals. They brought us through the caves and up to the platforms above. Then they shoved us into cages. Veslin. She was whole when I escaped. I offered to help her, but she wouldn't leave the others and I had to run. I had to. I can't do anything. Not against the Elder-Tide Druid's power. But you can destroy their coral. The Elder Tide sacrificed my shipmates to it. Those druids need to suffer. The coral is inside the caves, just down that hill. Make them pay. I'll give up piracy if you do as I ask. Smash the coral! Free the others, please! Right now? But... oh, all right. If knowing more about them will help you save the others, I guess I can stay in this place for a bit longer. They're the ones who should be locked up in the Amino stockade. They're not even supposed to be here. They corrupt nature. Even their magic does horrible things. It hurts, too. The way Sunagil screamed. Does there have to be a reason? Elder Tide druids can corrupt other sea creatures, too. Urchins, sea stars, fish, crabs, that sort of thing. But the coral they corrupted here... it looks like the coral that wrecked the ship. They planned this. They changed the coral into something unnatural. It stinks of druid magic and... blood. It'll look different too, if there's light enough to see. I'm not going to let them turn me into that. I passed by one a little while back. It should be down that way. The other corals are probably inside the caves. We could still hear our shipmates' screams from the cages we were locked in. Anyone still alive will be in the cages above. Destroy the coral. Make those druids pay.
We're still standing. Be proud of that.
your life.
Over here, quickly. I don't know when they'll be back. Thank the Eight you're not one of those druids. Hurry, get us out of here. The druids, they're using us to feed their quarrel. Screams! I don't want any more of us to suffer that pain. Please, please get this door open. Sergeant Brusick survived the wreck. The Sea Elves said he was as good as dead. They regretted leaving him there as soon as those druids locked us all up. The Sergeant and I take care of our prisoners. That would be Kairiznia. She offered to pick the lock on this cage, but I couldn't leave these two. Seeing the druids when they killed Suni Gil and the others, it broke their spirits. Kairiznia's many things, but she's not a liar. It's my job to guard the prisoners. I failed so many of them already. I'll not fail these two. If you open the door, I'm sure I'll be able to rally their spirits and get them out of here. Either pick yourselves off the ground or let me carry you. We're getting out of here. Sergeant Brusick's waiting. Together.
Ha! Hero! Veslin told me what happened. Is it true that a few of those druids were enough to cause our shipwreck? All those lives lost at sea. How much harm can they do? How many more ambushes do they have planned? Makes a person reconsider their work. Oh, it does my aches good to hear that. We'll let House Mornard know what happened here. Spare others some pain. Veslin says you convinced at least one of them to give up piracy. You hauled more than was asked of you. Take this, with my thanks. House Mornard will hear about what happened here. The good and bad both. Druids turning the living into coral fodder. A fight between mortal life and nature? There's something strange happening here. But it's beyond my comprehension. While you were helping my prisoners, I got my bearings out here. We're not that far from Broke Rock Mine. I've made the run there a time or two in the past. We can make it there and get the assistance we need to make it back to Amino Station. Like I said, it's not too far. I've recovered my strength, Veslin is none the worse for wear, and my prisoners will help us defend ourselves. Don't worry about us. We'll be fine. What happened here was out of our control. We'll make a report and get another ship to take the prisoners where they need to go. Mornard will see to the druids here. It might take some time, but the danger they pose won't be ignored. Not sure. Usually, if we avoid them, the Elder Tide druids leave us alone. This was out of the ordinary. House Mornard will need to do something, but I don't know what. I'm just a sergeant, but I'll do what I can to put a stop to this. She'll be angry, of that you can be certain. But the prisoners will tell her what happened. I suspect Kyrysnia will lead that charge.
weapons to fight. Good. I'm just getting started. You don't appear to be one of these green serpent ruffians. My friend, what a turn of fate to meet you here of all places. I didn't accidentally banish you to Amanos, did I? No, of course not. I'd remember if I saw your name on one of those prison writs. But what are you doing here? Pray, tell. Lady Arabelle, you say? How is the dear woman? She and I have shared quite a few close calls over the years. But she only sent you? I assumed I merited at least a dozen knights or so. Ah, well, I assume you have a way to get us off this damn island. Ah, you've seen Irene. And she's still alive? Good. Do you know, I was looking for young Ernskar when these serpents rushed out and tried to toss me in that cage. I showed them. But I think they may have captured our wayward Nord prince. I half expected to find our young Nord prince sitting atop a pile of dead serpents, but no such luck. Let's take a look around and see if we can find anything that points to where the serpents might be holding Euron's pup. Come to think of it, I also heard these serpents mention a captured noble. I suppose that's what whoever's behind this told them. No reason to reveal we're royals. Instantly raises the bounty. I really wish I'd taken one of them prisoner, though. That's a good question. Yoren the Scald King was invited, of course, but the official response we got out of Mournhold was short and sweet. His son would negotiate on the Pact's behalf. Not for me. I have heard that Ernskar is something of a royal pain in the arse. But aren't we all, to some extent? Perhaps Yoren is using this as a training exercise. If Ernskar doesn't make matters worse, maybe he'll learn something.
You talk to High King Emmerich so easily.
Was here
have you ever read some of
him.
his writing?
I'm sure of it.
He's actually a very talented author.
The Scald King's axe. Ernskar held that like Queen Maria grips a sweet roll. He wouldn't give it up willingly. Fights like a giant. That sounds like Ernskar. And he's at the coin fort. Well done. Let's find Queen Irene, shall we? All that dead lout had was this bottle of wine. Ugh! Sour. Is there no joy on this damned island? Yeah, if I were to break an ankle making this jump, Queen Maria would kill me. I'll go around and meet you outside.
good to see you still well, Emmerich.
And you, Irene. Nice, cat. I say, friend, let's chat. I washed up alone, and now I'm surrounded by allies. At least, allies for the nonce. It's funny how fate can change in a moment, eh? Let's talk about the things we found in the cave. What does a High King do? Everything and nothing, or so it seems some days. I lead the Daggerfall Covenant, I rule over High Rock, and I attend meetings. So many meetings. Any other questions before more of these serpents show up? Over my strenuous objections, honestly. I was Earl of Cumberland. Before King Gardner died, he dropped dead of the Nahartan flu, and suddenly I was crowned King of Wayrest. Haven't had a decent night's sleep since. That's a good question. Yoren the Scald King was invited, of course, but the official response we got out of Mournhold was short and sweet. His son would negotiate on the Pact's behalf. Not for me. I have heard that Irnscar is something of a royal pain in the arse. But aren't we all, to some extent? Perhaps you...
It fills my heart with pride to know the High King knows something of our deeds.
I washed up alone, and now I'm surrounded... Right. Mentions taking their captive noble to the coin fort. That has to be Prince Irnscar. Amanos used to be a stronghold for High Rock slave traders, but that was many years ago. There's a crumbling old ruin just west of here. A long time ago, yes. Not something the Covenant sanctions today. But you're missing the pertinent point. The Green Serpent Gang is using the old coin fort as a hideout, and they're holding Prince Irnscar there. We did indeed. There are songs sung about that weapon. Literally. Yoren performed one of them the last time we shared company. We must return it to the prince when we find him. Anyway, our course seems clear. We make for the coin fort to the west. Don't worry about me. I'll meet you at the coin fort. It's just west of here, if I remember my maps. I'll just spend the walk thinking about the choices I've made. A little retrospective. To the coin fort. Shall we journey there together, Irene?
Casca will run ahead and clear the path. I'll make my own way there. I'll see you at the fort. Do try to keep pace with Casca, Emmerich. She'll keep you safe.
And she's gone. Again. Don't worry about me. I'll just take the long way around. I could use a nice walk.
with you, my friend.
Zenithar, god of coin and commerce, show me that your values are not forgotten in these greedy times.
This one never trusted Ambassador Tarinwell. At least we'll have an embassy in Eldenwood.
Shining Steel!
Back in the saddle.
Truth be told, this is one of the most relaxing diplomatic missions I've had in quite some time.
Walker, we need to talk. Bright moons shine upon us, Walker. Before you arrived, I did some sniffing. A scent like the one that lingers on that axe you found. It's inside the Coin Lord's old fort. I'd bet Zaji's left ear that it's Prince Ernskar. Queen Irene suggests subterfuge. They seek the nobles. Let's give them one. In a word, yes. Pretend Emmerich is your prisoner. Escort him to the front gate and wait for them to let you in. Meanwhile, the Queen and I will await your signal. After we free Ernskar, we'll find a place to signal the rescue ship.
The High King most definitely, agrees. Lead on, my foul captor.
Come, Casca. Let's see how much trouble we can get into.
They captured one of the noble thieves. You, bring that prisoner inside at once. Sentry, unlock the gate.
I'll draw the serpents out. Be ready.
Hands off, you bastard!
That's one of the nobles Dishti wants.
High King Emmerich is no one's prisoner.
Steady, my friend.
Attack!
Stendarr, protect us from harm.
Casca and I will cause a distraction.
The Ascendant Order won't make good on their promise if he's dead, Netch Breath.
Can I assume this is a rescue? The King's Arrow? Is that really you, my friend? Where you fly, victory is sure to follow. But what are you doing here? How did you find me? So all 3 Alliance delegates still live. Good. As soon as I came ashore, I was set upon by the Serpents. I made the bastards pay. But even the son of Euron, the Skull King, can't fight an entire prison gang on his own. There were too many of them. Sungir, Axe of the Skull King. Ah, it feels good to cradle you in my arms again, you powerful blade. But we can't go yet. The Serpent said that something called the Ascendant Order is behind us. Their leaders, the Lord and Magus, are here. And we will, after we deal with the Ascendant Order leaders. Emmerich would agree, and so would Irene. Come, friend. We can deal with these traitors in one fell swoop. With Sungir once more in hand, I feel better already. Let's find this Ascendant Lord and his Magus. I want to show them what it means to attack a Nord warrior. It feels good to be armed again. I've missed you, Sungir.
I'll get Irene and Casca. We'll wait for your signal.
There. Let's listen in.
We will have your missing nobles by day's end, my lord.
See that you do. Magus, summon the Order. We meet on High Isle on the morrow.
Enough! Get down there!
My liege, we must go.
us in that fight.
Go on. Find a way outside so you can signal the ship. I need a moment. Guess I'm not as recovered as I thought. I can see the ocean. That's a good place to use your signal. Shore's boat! Let's see that light all the way back in Wilhelm. Let's get to the dock.
I hope I was of some assistance.
Hold them at bay. See out rituals.
Green serpent! Attack!
Don't let them interrupt the queen.
Us through this storm.
Think of the tales we'll tell.
Irene is working on that.
Waves and storms. Heed my call and still your fury.
It's working!
I don't believe it. She actually did it.
Onto the ship, quickly.
We got them all, even Casca! Friend, give the word and Saji will have you back at Mandrake Manor before you know it.
The Ascended Magus and his lord are cowards. Neither would stand and fight. They call themselves knights? Hardly. At least we heard their plans. A meeting on High Isle, we heard the Ascended Lord say. Someone was going to ask that eventually. Publicly, Yoren wants me to step up. The Pact is a sprawling alliance facing threats from all sides. The Skull King has many responsibilities. This is his way to finally allow me to share his burdens, privately. The old goat is someone warming his bed at night, and refuses to stray too far from home. She's a lovely Riften lass. Brunhilde. My father's never been happier. He was only too eager to let me travel in his stead and represent the Pact. Hope is for poets, like my father. I am a warrior. One does not shy from battle at the first sign of danger. Even if nothing is gained from these conversations, Emmerich, Irene, and I shall be the ones who decide when to quit the field. You mean aside from being half-drowned and captured by a prison gang? I fought in many battles, worked at my father's side, and I have started knitting. One of the Grands at the castle has been teaching me. Says it's good for my temperament. If you put a blade to my neck and ask me to explain Al-Sav, the tribunal, I'd probably go down in a spray of blood. I read in the reports you were there. Saved a god, stopped a rock from the heavens. Stand it fair for you. I can only imagine. Father introduced me to the tribunal. When Lord Vivek spoke, it was like the chimes of the universe sounding in my ears. And so the seal... I'm not so sure about that one. All Malexia is all right, though. Intense, but all right. Your adventure in... Oh, yes. Something about a big sack of amber, right? As brave as the Argonians can be, the Hist makes as much sense to me as a high elf at Hrothgar. Did you stop some kind of threat? Or save someone's life? Truly. Apologies for my levity, friend. Ask a Nord warband if they would die for their fellows, and you will see a forest of raised fists. Yet another thing my people and the warriors of Blackmarsh have in common, I suppose.
Thank you, Walker. It's good to feel my claws on the deck of a ship again. And it's good to be back with Zaji. That lazy Khajiit is lost without me.
A daring rescue, a clean escape. Well done, my friend. I can't wait to tell Queen Maria all about it. I kept busy, if that's what you're asking. We made our way around the fort and kept the bulk of the Serpent's forces occupied. Casca was a real champion. She cut down 3 ruffians for every one that Irene or I dealt with. For all their rhetoric, it's clear that the Ascendant Order doesn't want the war in Cyrodiil to end, at least not with one of us on the throne. They're the worst kind of evil, a malicious greed masquerading as a benevolent purpose.
You talk to High King Emmerich so easily. Have you ever read some of his writing? He's actually a very talented author.
The Ascended Magus and his lord are cowards. Neither would stand and fight. They call them, of course. But you must tell her what I'd learned while I was a captive. The Ascended Order is behind all this, and they are led by the Ascended Lord and his Magus. Truly? Well, you did not know that they were planning a big meeting on High Isle until we heard the Ascended Lord say it, so that's something. And did you know the Lord planned to kill us as soon as the Green Serpents delivered us to him? As sure as we made it onto this ship alive, they want to make a show of it. You could hear it in their voices. This Magus, this Lord, they hunger for power. And the death of 3 Alliance leaders would be quite a start to their feast.
As depressing as it sounds, that's the most fun I've had in months. To be honest, I wasn't sure the ritual would work. If it hadn't, let's assume Zaji could have navigated through the storm and reached us anyway. Yeah, let's go with that. Royal duties in Elden Root are as frustrating as ever, but the Dominion holds strong. There's been so much strife just in the few years I've been queen. Is it wrong to hope peace might one day surround the Eagle Banner? Thank you. Some days I fear all this death and pain will be for nothing. But in times like these, times that challenge every belief we have, we must stand together. That's why the Dominion was founded, and why we will claim victory in the end. It was a well-planned and dastardly attack. I could sense the magical nature of the summoned storm, and none of my own arcane protections functioned. They blocked them somehow. If the storm hadn't raged out of control, I'd be dead now. Of course. I'm not an archmage, but I know my way around a spell or two. They must have had agents aboard as well, because I sensed a pulse of magicka before the storm hit. Whatever it was, the bastards rendered every enchanted item we had useless. Absolutely. Tamriel is changing, and her leaders must adapt. The situation in Cyrodiil right now, I can't see a way forward. Perhaps these talks represent a solution. I'm always in favor of people sitting down to have an earnest conversation. They say these are the times that try a mer's soul, but I want to believe I've risen to the occasion. Our first adventure together feels like a lifetime ago, though, doesn't it? If I'm to be stuck on a jungle island with anyone, I'm glad it's you. I swear, that eye of mine, he gets friskier and friskier with each passing day. Our last conversation was not about matters of state or threats to my security, but about the meritorious backside of a Grahtwood emissary. Riveting. I sent him on ahead to prepare the way, but who knows where that cat has gotten to. I promised there would be no trouble, that all the secrecy and careful planning would make the voyage uneventful. Stars above, I'll never hear the end of it now. It was a well-planned and dastardly attack. Of course. I'm not an archmage, but I know my way around it. Absolutely. Tamriel, they say these are the times. I have. I would have said anyone was better than that terrible Tharn woman, but Chimera is a stars-blessed delight. She's so brave. The idea of the two of you facing down dragons. That's another battle I could only read about in an eyes report. I think so as well. Core to the Dominion is self-governance and respect for every culture. But if we can...
The stories I've...
As depressing as it sounds, that's the most... Royal duties in Elden Root are as frustrating as ever, but the Dominion holds strong. There's been so much strife just in the few years I've been queen. Is it wrong to hope peace might one day surround the Eagle Banner? Thank you. Some days I fear all this death and pain will... As depressing as it sounds, that's the most fun I've had in months. To be honest, between Emmerich and I, the green serpents scattered like leaves in a strong breeze. And thanks to Casca's formidable presence, the rest were quick to abandon their posts. I made sure to hold off on the ritual until I saw the signal flare. Absolutely. They raised a storm and sank 3 ships to try to kill us. As long as their leaders live, there's no reason to expect them to just surrender. At least Emmerich, Ernskar, and I still draw breath. Thanks to you.
Ah, nice to be back in the city. Lady Arabelle wants you back at Mandrake Manor, friend.
I'll see you there.
Walker, Lady Arabelle wants to see you in the courtyard, out back.
Well, here comes our hero now. Well done, my dear.
Excellent. Who wants a drink? The Prince of Windhelm is buying.
Hold fast there, lad.
Good work finding the Alliance leaders and getting them off Amanos safely. I'm quite proud of you, my dear. Lord Bacaro and I will spirit them to a more secure location shortly. Then we can turn our attention back to the Ascendant Order. So Prince Ernskar told me. We'll get to that. First, you need to rest, and I need to make sure our royal guests remain safe. For now, take this. As long as I can count on you, there's more where that came from. Thanks to you, the royals have finally reached High Isle. While the Ascendant Order has lost their prizes, they remain a threat. Once the Ascendant Lord and his magus learn the Alliance leaders are here, they will stop at nothing to reach them. Lord Bacaro and I have a secure place. They'll be safe enough there. So far, we've been on the defensive, reacting to events. The time has come to take the fight to the Ascendant Order, and my plan starts with this meeting you heard about on Amanos. And I think I know how to determine where this assemblage will take place. While you were away, I received reports of Ascendant Order activity at Mistmouth Cave. I propose we investigate. And if luck is with us, catch ourselves a lord and a magus. Mistmouth Cave lies on the northern coast of High Isle. It's a favorite of outlaws and pirates. I'll meet you there. I need to go over some details with Jakan one more time. Things tend to go in one ear and out the other with that one, you know. Not as safe as they could be. Lord Bacaro, Valesi, and I arranged for the Mages Guild to protect the conference site on All Flags Islet with powerful defensive spells. I'll rest easier with the delegates safely behind those wards. That's our hope. Now that the Alliance leaders are here and safe, they just need a little time to recover from their ordeal. And we need to make sure the Ascendant Order no longer poses a threat. Worried about me? Oh, pish-posh. I was dealing with brigands, trolls, and threats to the realm since well before Rancer launched his ill-fated little war. There's nothing in this archipelago that I can't handle. But thanks for your concern, dear.
Why must we sit on our hands? The Dominion can crush the Ascendant Order with one fell blow.
I will not allow the Dominion to land warriors on Breton shores. The Daggerfall Covenant will handle this matter.
Summon your fleets and I will leave. The Ebonheart Pact will not negotiate under threat of attack.
Patience, please. This is a delicate situation. Let us handle this. Now go with Jakan. He'll see you to a safer location.
You saved the Alliance leader.
There. I recharged the medallions. They can be returned to the delegates.
What a strange magic.